What is up, you all? We are back with another video, and today it's officially Stranger Things Day, and we did get a teaser like we all speculated, but it was just revealing the titles for Stranger Things Season 5. But before we get into it, definitely smash the like button because it definitely helps, and make sure you subscribe to the channel. So to get in this once again, this was just basically them officially revealing the titles for Season 5. Some of them was leaked earlier this year, but we got a look at some new ones and the official release year for Stranger Things Season 5. But to get into breaking down what these episodes can mean, we starting off with the crawl, and we saw, you know, earlier with the script that the crawl was going to be the first episode, which I think it could be multiple things, you know, possibly the creatures crawling outside the upside down, possibly Will, some stuff connected with Will. But overall, I think it's very simple, something about someone obviously crawling or a creature or something from the upside down, possibly to reality, and being involved with the citizens of Hawkins. But I could be wrong. Maybe it was going back to a flashback with Will crawling outside of the upside down or something like that. It can mean so many things, but this is the first episode. And I want to say, I can't remember, the first episode they were saying that we hear someone shivering or something in the cold, and you hear them saying that song, "Should I Stay or Should I Go?" But I could be wrong. But yes, guys, definitely the crawl is the first episode. And then we have the Vanishing, which I already kind of know what the Vanishing could be, especially with the behind the scenes we've seen with Holly Wheeler and everything. And a lot of people speculate it could possibly be Nancy, Karen Wheeler, but I'm definitely set on Holly Wheeler just off the fact that we've seen the behind the scenes with her and Henry Krill and everything. And like I said, pushing forward, I think it's going to just be like a callback to the Vanishing of Will Byers and her being like the new Will. And it will be crazy because I feel like with her going missing, it could bring Mike and Will closer. It could bring Nancy and just Will closer. Just everyone would just have to focus on Holly Wheeler. And I think that's going to be something that really kicks off the TV series with her going missing and kind of almost feeling like it's starting again. You know, it's kind of just almost like the same thing that happened with Will Byers, and maybe Mike reaches out to Will like, "Hey man, I know you've been through this before. How can I get my sister back?" You know, and same with Nancy actually reaching out to Will. Maybe I even had a speculation where maybe Will is the reason she goes missing. Maybe he does it out of spite because he feels like Mike and Eleven are closer, and now he's teaming up with Vecna. It can be a lot of things behind Holly Wheeler going missing. But I can be wrong, but I definitely think it's going to be surrounding Holly Wheeler and no one else. I think, especially like I said, she's younger, and it all makes sense for her to go missing, but I can be wrong. And then we have the turbo trap. We got this picture earlier from the Duffers, and it looked very interesting. Maybe it's a trap for the citizens of Hawkins, because it says basically like something about realty and everything being involved, you know, like people selling houses and things. So maybe it's like a trap for the citizens of Hawkins that's surrounding the turbo trap. They to kind of get the citizens of Hawkins closer to the upside down or something like that. Overall, it's all in the title saying that it is the turbo trap, and like I said, it's maybe something's connected with the upside down and this title, the turbo trap, with citizens of Hawkins being trapped and closer to the upside down with the creatures and the demogorgons and everything, and it was all a setup. But maybe I can be wrong. And like I said, we saw a lot of these previously being leaked and everything earlier, but we have officially got them now with Netflix and the Stranger Things TV show. But next we got the Sorcerer, and of course I immediately think about Vecna because he has powers, because a sorcerer is a human or some type of being that has powers. So I think about Vecna because he has powers and things like that, or possibly Will. We know we call Will the Wise and everything, and him and Vecna have, you know, a lot of things in common, so it could either be Vecna or Will. And like I said, I think it would be crazy if we see a battle between Vecna and Will Byers and everything in Stranger Things Season 5. But like I said, it can either be Vecna or Will. Possibly Will, just because I think that we're going to see a lot of him, like the Duffer said, in Stranger Things Season 5, and possibly a lot of things are going to be revealed with this character. And you know, he's possibly a wizard, he has powers or something like that. That's what a lot of us fans been speculating with Will Byers, but it can also be Vecna. But I'm kind of leaning more towards Will, but I can be wrong. And then next we have the Shock Jock, which a shock jock is basically like a radio DJ, and we've been seeing with the behind the scenes that is a radio station that is involved the name of WSQK, and it seems like a lot of the, you know, main core of kids are going to be there with WSQK radio station. So possibly we will run across a new character that's a shock jock. I mean, it's other characters that you can kind of pin a shock jock on, like Murray. You could say that, you know, Nancy or Jonathan or Steve is somewhere up that alley, but that's just us speculating and everything. But overall, a shock jock is someone that deals with a radio station or some type of DJ, you know, rundown. But like I said, either way, I love the way these titles are named because it's not telling us too much. It's just letting us know little key points that we can possibly see and get into. But overall, like I said, it can mean a lot with the previous episodes we just talked about with the Crawl, the Turbo Trap, you know, the Sorcerer, the Shock Jock. But next we have Escape from Kamots. Now this one, I remember talking about this. This can mean so many things. I know that the Duffers keep showing us this novel, A Wrinkle in Time, and it definitely has some connections and parallels to, you know, Kamots and Escape from Kamots and stuff like that. And then people are talking about, you know, possibly this is being the resurrection of Eddie Munson, which I definitely think we're going to see some more Eddie Munson and everything in season 5. But I don't think it's going to be something where he's resurrected because, you know, a lot of people know the lore and history of D&D, and they think that that's going to bring Eddie Munson back as like a vampire or something like that, which I think is cool to speculate things like that, but I don't think that that will happen. I think when we do see Eddie Munson, it'll be like memories or something like that, possibly a memorial where you have to use his face and likeness, and that's how he's going to be involved. But I can be wrong. But a Kamots definitely crosses over to something that could potentially be like, you know, a demigod, like a huge demigod or some type of creature. We know that Nancy did see a creature, you know, when she was dealing with Vecna, things like that, and that when she was stuck in that mindset. But like I said, it can mean demigod, it could be something with Eddie Munson being resurrected, or just like a new type of creature. And I definitely think with season 5 being the final one, I could see a new form of creature, you know, coming front line with the main crew of kids, you know, like a Demogorgon or Demigod, just a different form. So that's what it can mean, you know, something up that way, you know, if I'm speculating and guessing, but I can be wrong. And then next we have the bridge. So I think immediately when I hear the bridge, I think about like a gateway to the upside down. Now we know at the end of season 4, it's split up into, you know, different sides and everything with Hawkins, and it happens right in the middle of downtown Hawkins, which I keep speculating that it's going to be the final battle area, but I can be wrong. Possibly the final battle can be in the upside down or right there in the middle of Hawkins, and I think it's going to be a bridge that leads the crew of kids to the upside down. You know, especially towards the end in the final act, they're going to find a fluid way to get to the upside down, back and forth, to deal with Vecna, the Demogorgons and things like that. You gotta think, after everything that happened with Stranger Things season 4, they're going to learn a lot of things, you know, from that situation when it kind of splits up with the gates and everything. They're going to know ways of, you know, how to get to the upside down, how does it operate, how strong is it, and things like that. So I definitely think with this episode being called The Bridge, it's going to be something where it's going to be just a straight gateway to the upside down, from or away from the upside down. And like I said, I think when it comes to season 5, man, it's going to be the craziest season that we've got. A lot of emotions. I think we're all going to cry and drop tears. I think it's going to hurt us. I think we're going to lose a few people from the main part of the cast that we have not expected to lose. I think it's going to be a lot of emotional situations and a lot of surprises and a lot of shocking moments. And I think that once we get to like this type of, you know, episode like The Bridge and everything, that's when shit is going to start hitting the fan, especially with this type of title, calling it The Bridge. And like I said, man, expect the worst when it comes to like deaths and on-screen deaths for Stranger Things season 5, because this is unfortunately the final season, so anything can happen. And I, you know, especially with, you know, David Harbour talking about Noah Schnapp in that table reading how he was just boo-hooing, it has me worried about the character Will, and I keep speculating that possibly him or 11 are the ones that's going to be goners, or Steve Harrington, but I can be wrong. But like I said, I think this is going to be a main key episode, almost like that piggyback episode, or, you know, just that final hoorah through everything. And I have a good feeling about The Bridge being one that gives us a lot of concluding points and things like that, and a lot of answered questions. Pushing forward, we have the final episode being called Right Side Up, basically giving us great news that the upside down is finally possibly defeated and everything is done with the upside down, so everything is now back to right side up. And I think this is my favorite, you know, title of all the episodes, Right Side Up, because it's just telling you they've overcame everything. It's no more upside down, but we just don't know who will get to that finishing line along that journey to hitting episode 8. That's the whole scary thing about it, you know. And like I said, it's going to be a lot of obstacles. I can already see it. A lot of things that's going to happen. A lot of things that we don't even think about right now until, you know, the TV series is up and rolling. It's going to be like, wow, I wish I would have thought about that when we were speculating. So I just can't wait to see what happens and how they get to this point where they defeat the Upside Down and come to the point where everything's back to normal. Like I said, a lot of people say that they feel that in order for the Upside Down to go away and everything to happen, the connections have to leave, such as Will being connected to Vecna and the Upside Down, and him being a reason the gates and stuff like that are kind of strong and still open, and then 11 being the reason that, you know, a lot of stuff is connected also. So it seems like both of them will have to go, or at least one of them, and Vecna just keeping everything alive too, so he will have to go. But like I said, I could be wrong with everything. This is very scary. I am very scared, and I can't wait to see what happens with Stranger Things season 5, man. I was wishing we got a trailer to see some stuff, you know, happen. I mean, we still have hope. As of now, you know, it's still the day of Stranger Things Day. Maybe they'll give us some more things throughout the day, but they gave us a teaser, and I will say this. I think if we don't get a teaser trailer or anything today, we will get something very, 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 very soon to get us prepared for that release year that they just told us about, which is 2025, like I told you guys. So yes, we will begin Stranger Things season 5 in 2025, and I can't wait. I'm all for the waiting and just being patient because it's the final season, and I think that, you know, with the stuff that we seen behind the scenes and everything, and putting the puzzle pieces together, that we will be getting Stranger Things season 5 around Thanksgiving time and like the Stranger Things Day of 2025. I think that's the only way to do it, and we're gonna get like part 1 and then part 2 and stuff like that, like how Cobra Kai just did recently, just to kind of stretch out and give people a break from all these emotions and stuff like that. So I am very, very excited. I'm happy that we're getting that 2025 release date. It's only right. 2025 is looking like a great year for just movies, TV shows in general, and Stranger Things is my favorite TV show of all time, and I cannot wait to lock in and see what happens with this crazy TV show. And we also seen the fall of 1987, so we kind of know where we're taking place with Stranger Things season 5 and everything, the era and everything. Pretty sure we're going to be getting some flashbacks and everything with Stranger Things season 5, so anything is possible. And speaking of anything is possible, we just got some new stills from Stranger Things season 5 as I'm doing this video with Nancy, Jonathan, Steve, and Dustin, and we see that it looks like they're possibly on the way to WSUK. They have the radio headphones on with Dustin with the walkie-talkie on the dashboard, and looks like they're in good spirits. So right now it looks like everything is going well, and yeah, man, gotta love this photo of Nancy, Jonathan, Steve, and Dustin, and it looks like they're going to be a crew alone, just these four right here being together throughout of season 5. And yeah, I think this is very interesting. We also have a new photo of Mike and Lucas leaving WSQK radio station at night, obviously because they have their flashlights on their bikes, and we see possibly Joyce's station wagon parked at WSQK. So it looks like this is going to be the hub for the main, you know, cast and everything. Maybe they're going out to search for Holly Wheeler. We see that Mike is leading him and Lucas out into the night, possibly to search for his sister. Like I said, they have their lights on, but I can be wrong. Also, we have a photo of the main core of kids. We have Lucas, Will, Dustin, and Mike at the lunchroom table. Almost just giving me chills because, man, this is how it started with the main core of kids, from them playing Dungeons and Dragons in the basement. And like I said, I think Dustin's going to be going through a lot with him getting bullied and everything due to everything with him and Eddie Munson and Hellfire. But like I said, this is giving me chills just seeing this photo. And then we have a photo of Joyce and Hopper chilling on set, and man, I love this duo, man. I really do love Jopper, man, and I can't wait to see more of them throughout of season 5. Like I said, I am so ready for Stranger Things, especially with these photos getting me hyped. From the photo we see with Dustin and Jonathan, Steve, and Nancy in the car, to seeing Mike and Lucas on the bikes, possibly going to hunt out in Hawkins to see where Holly Wheeler is or see what's going on with the Upside Down. Who knows? These photos just has me so hyped, man. And like I said, the one with them being in the lunchroom gives me the chills, seeing the gang back together. But guys, comment down below how you all feel about all this craziness we got, and are you excited? Be happy, man. Today is Stranger Things Day, bro. And speaking of Stranger Things Day, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, guys, we're going back to Hawkins because we're having a Stranger Things Day speculation, theories, and predictions live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about some Stranger Things Season 5 and what could potentially happen. I want to see all you guys there, and we can rock out and have some fun, man. But unfortunately, this is the end of the video. I want y'all to hit me up on all my social medias at ILIKESCARY. I will see you all tonight. Peace.